Good morning, students. Today I am continuing health and hygiene, second part. So, students, in my previous slide, I have discussed what are allergens. Here, I am starting with entry route for allergens. That means allergens particle, how generally they used to enter within our body. Allergens may be defined as the substance that can evoke the immune response of the organism. The pollen grains, peanuts, can act as the allergen in the body. Four main routes of allergens are as follows. Airways. Airborne allergen can cause the running nose, hay fever, and may cause problems like asthma. Skin. The allergen can directly enter in the body by the direct contact with the skin. These allergens itching the red of the skin. Circulatory system, the direct biting of the poisonous or venomous organism secrete their allergen in the circulatory system of our body. They can cause anaphylactic shock in the body. Gastrointestinal tract. Allergen may also enter in the body by direct eating the food contaminated with allergen. These allergens may cause swelling and decrease in blood pressure. So, you can say the roots, the body parts which involves in these roots of entry routes within our body, that are allergens enter the human body through three main pathways. The mouth, ingesting the allergen, mouth means by airways actually process. The nose, breathing in the allergen, and the skin, allergen rubbing against the skin. Okay, so in gastrointestinal tract, by mouth only allergens generally enter. So the mouth allergic reactions in the mouth are also known as oral allergy. Itching or swelling of parts of the mouth, tongue, lips, throat, and the pharynx are common symptoms of oral allergy. Now next body parts which involves in allergen route, that is nose. Allergic reactions in the nose are also known as nasal allergy. Allergens that enter through the nose are dust, pollen grains, animal hair, fur, etc. Sneezing, coughing, runny nose, and congestion are common symptoms of nose allergy. And the last one is skin. Allergic reactions in the skin are also known as skin allergy. It occurs when the skin is exposed to any allergen. Allergens such as certain chemicals, aerosols, contain soaps, detergents, and some chemicals, cosmetics, cause skin allergies. Skin allergies may also be caused by certain medication, rashes, severe itching, bumps or hives. Redness and blisters are common symptoms of skin allergy. Now see the diagram. Here our human body has been shown with this skin, respiratory tract, digestive tract, ocular surface, how allergen has entered, that also has been shown. Allergen stability requirements, digestive tract, exposure to food processing, and skin also, respiratory tract, ocular surface, these are low possibility, but digestive tract is high possibility. Now, symptoms of allergic reaction. Symptoms of allergic reaction, generally sneezing and an itchy, runny or blocked nose, itchy red watering eyes, that is called conjunctivitis, wheezing, chest tightness, shortness of breath and a cough, a raised itchy red rash, that is hives, swollen lips, tongue, eyes or face, tummy pain, feeling sick, vomiting or diarrhea, dry, red and cracked skin. So everything is included in the symptoms. See the diagram here. Cardiovascular system, especially cardiovascular system includes our heart. So symptoms given. Skin symptoms given separately. Digestive system symptoms given, that is nausea, vomiting, cramps, etc. Respiratory system, that includes our lungs, that also symptoms given. Now, point-wise, if you want to say, you can say that sneezing and coughing, blocked or runny nose, itching or burning of the skin, nose, mouth, throat and eyes, redness of the skin often in areas where itching occurs, bumps or rashes forming on the skin, abnormal swelling of the ears, eyelids or any other part on our body, swelling of the tongue, throat or lips, difficulty in swallowing or speaking, difficulty in breathing and asthma, pain in the abdomen, nausea and vomiting, sudden feeling of weakness and fainting. So actually you can say that an allergic reaction most often occurs immediately on contact. It triggers a range of symptoms in the mouth, nose, throat, skin and sometimes even the eyes and ears. Now I'm talking about a special disease, that is anaphylaxis. Anaphylaxis. Anaphylaxis is a severe, potentially life-threatening allergic reaction. It can occur within seconds or minutes of exposure to something you are allergic to, such as peanuts or bee stings, etc. Anaphylaxis is a severe allergic reaction to venom, food, or medication. Most cases are caused by a bee sting or eating foods that are known to cause allergies, such as peanuts or tree nuts. Anaphylaxis causes a series of symptoms including a rash, low pulse, and shock, which is known as anaphylactic shock. So sign of anaphylaxis generally has been shown on skin, by airway, central nervous system, that is in CNS, cardiovascular system, that means within our heart, GI tract. Symptoms has been given. So in a sentence or short, for your answer you can say that sometimes allergic reactions become serious and trigger a life-threatening reaction called anaphylaxis. Stings of bees, wasps and red ants are likely to trigger anaphylaxis. The person suffering is said to have gone into anaphylactic shock. This condition may lead to difficulty in breathing or bouts of severe coughing. It can occur suddenly and become fatal. Such allergies need immediate medical attention. Now, types of allergies. Types of allergy generally of severe types. So generally it has been divided into two types. One is seasonal allergy, another one is perennial allergy. Seasonal means in a specific season this allergy occurs, and perennial means throughout the year one allergy occurs. Okay, so let's start with seasonal allergy. Seasonal allergy, sometimes called hay fever or seasonal allergic rhinitis, are allergy symptoms that happen during certain times of the year. Usually when outdoor molds release their spores and trees, grasses and weeds release tiny pollen particles into the air to fertilize other plants. Generally in rainy season actually it happens. Seasonal allergies result from exposure to airborne substances such as pollens that appear only during certain times of the year. Seasonal allergies cause itchy skin, a runny nose, sneezing, and sometimes itchy or watery, bloodshot eyes. So try an over-the-counter remedy. So these are the remedies of seasonal allergy. Oral Antihistamines. Antihistamines can help relieve sneezing, itching, a runny nose, and watery eyes. Decongestants. Oral decongestants such as pseudoephedrine. I'm pronouncing like this so that it will help you to pronounce also. Can provide temporary relief from nasal stuffiness. Nasal spray combination medications. Now there is a symptom chart I have given. First one, the recent situation is going on, COVID-19. Symptoms range from mild to severe. Common symptom, fever is common. Fatigue is sometimes, but cough is also common here. Now in case of cold, gradual onset of symptoms, fever rare, fatigue sometimes, but cough mild. Flu, fever common, fatigue also common, cough also common. And seasonal allergies, fever sometimes, fatigue sometimes, and cough also sometimes. So, allergies can be categorized as seasonal and perennial allergies. So, allergies that occur during a particular season are called seasonal allergies. Allergies caused by pollen grain is one example. These allergies occur only during the season in which pollen is dispersed. Hay fever, also known as allergic rhinitis, is an example of seasonal allergy. The sinuses in the nose become sensitive to pollen grains, causing headaches. Sneezing, coughing, itchy throat, watery eyes, and blocked or runny nose that may last for weeks. So why these symptoms are coming out? Reason given. Seasonal allergies occur when some people have asthma because of cold only during specific times of the year. For example, in winter. So during rainy season, when molds grow in humid spaces, the spores released by molds cause severe allergies in some people, leading to asthma. So asthma means actually it includes breathing trouble. Symptoms include difficulty in breathing and a whistling sound is produced. The airways of the lungs become constricted and it makes breathing difficult, causing a whistling sound while breathing out. The narrowing airways can be caused by inflammation, mucus secretion, and muscle tightening of the bronchial tube. Anti-inflammatory drugs are prescribed to control this asthma type of disease. Next one is perennial allergies. Just now I have said you, allergies that are not caused due to seasonal factors and may occur throughout the year are called perennial allergies. Most allergies such as food allergy, dust allergy, and allergy to pet fur are examples of perennial allergies. Allergic tendencies may also be hereditary. If a parent has sensitivity to a certain substance, then there are strong chances that the child will also be allergic. Sinusitis is a common allergic reaction that is often hereditary. Perennial allergies may occur at any time of year, unrelated to the season, or may last year-round. Perennial allergies are often a reaction to house dust. House dust may contain mold and fungal spores, fibers of fabric, animal dander, dust mite droppings, and bits of insects. Perennial allergies refer to specific allergens that cause an allergic reaction year-round. Common examples include pet hair or dander, food allergies, or medication allergies. In contrast, seasonal allergies typically occur with weather changes that allow for new environmental plant, mold, insect, or grass growth. So in case of indoor insects, you can say animal dander, molds, dust mites, means indoor cause. Rodents, And in case of outdoor, you can say pollens that is coming from trees, grasses, weeds, molds, etc. The preventive measure of common allergies, that is precaution. Here are some ways to manage your allergies. Avoid your allergens. Take your medicines as prescribed. If you are at risk for anaphylaxis, keep your epinephrine auto-injectors with you at all times. Keep a diary. Wear a medical alert bracelet or necklace. Know what to do during an allergic reaction. See the diagram how to prevent and treat mold allergies. You can eat apple cider vinegar, garlic, ginger, vitamin C rich foods, vitamin D, mold cleanup and removal also required, colloidal silver, borax. This actually helps you to prevent all type of allergies. Now, allergies cannot be cured, but they can be prevented. Always remember this. Avoiding exposure to allergens and effectively managing daily habits can keep you safe. Doctors also advise increased intake of fresh fruits and vegetables to improve general immunity. Here are a few points I am describing to bear in mind in order to prevent allergies. Most allergies can be controlled by avoiding the allergen. This is especially true in case of food allergies. Learn to recognize allergic symptoms and make a mental note of what triggered the allergic reaction. If there is a chance of anaphylactic reactions, then it is better to have an emergency plan. This includes details of what is to be done in the event of an allergic reaction. Keep this with you at all times. Present it to your teacher or caretaker to avoid an emergency. Educate your friends, the school staff, and others who will be with you while dealing with allergies. They can help you avoid emergencies and offer to provide medical help. Now, prevention of food allergy. How to prevent food allergy? See the diagram first. Keep your stomach empty as much as possible. Avoid allergenic foods. Fast periodically. Avoid sugar. Eat fiber. Avoid the things you know you react to. So, solid foods should be introduced gradually between 4 to 6 months of age. Egg, dairy, peanut, tree nuts, fish and shellfish can be gradually introduced after less allergenic foods have been tolerated. In fact, delaying the introduction of these foods may increase your baby's risk of developing allergies. So, for the treatment or prevention of food allergy, read the food label carefully every time you buy a product, even if you have used it before. Ingredients in any given product may change and cause problems. When you go out to dine, ensure that what you are eating doesn't contain any ingredient to which you are hypersensitive. That means you are reacting. For example, if you are served muffins or pastry and you are allergic to eggs, remember to find out whether it contains egg before deciding to eat it, or whether you may eat eggless cake. So, prevention of insect allergy. Other precautions include avoid wearing sandals or walking barefoot in grass. Never sweat a flying insect. Do not drink from open beverage cans. Keep food covered outdoors. Cover garbage cans with tight-fitting lids. Avoid sweet-smelling cosmetic items. Avoid bright-colored clothing. to earthworm and gardening with caution. Apply repellent last over lotions, sunscreens and clothing. Avoid products that are both sunscreen and repellent. These are often not as effective and may cause irritation to the skin. For added protection, choose clothing and outdoor gear that is treated with permethrin insect repellent. It's a type of insect repellent. There's a diagram here I have given that actually showing you which insect bite or insect allergy you can prevent and which are not. Please see the diagram carefully and see that there is a chart actually given getting the best protection from those insects. Please see the chart properly. So for insect allergies, wear full sleeved clothes, closed shoes and apply insect repellent when you are outdoors. Now, prevention of drug allergy, that is medicinal allergy. The prevention of drug allergies is really a matter of avoiding exposure to drugs. Obviously, in many cases, that's not possible because medications are required for the proper treatment of many modern illnesses. In the case of antibiotic allergy, which is responsible for more than half of all allergic drug reaction problems, one can make a strong case for conservative use of antibiotics as a way of preventing the emergence of allergic reactions to antibiotics. That means you use antibiotics according to the doctor, but please say your doctor that in which antibiotic or which type of medicine you are allergic rather. So a doctor can prescribe you according to this. This means being sure of the presence of an infection that will respond to an antibiotic before antibiotics are prescribed or taken. Hope so you have understood. And this oftentimes involves taking cultures and waiting for results rather than treating apparent infections based on what might be reported in a telephone call to a doctor. So patients who have had a lot of problems with allergic reactions to antibiotics are always well advised to work with their physicians to minimize the need for antibiotic therapy and to use it only when clearly medically indicated as a way of preventing allergic reactions in the future. So point-wise, if you want to say, you can say that learn the names of the medicines to which you are allergic. It's better for you. Remember both the generic and brand names of the medicines. Keep your school and caretakers informed about the allergen. Keep a medicine chart with you. Remind the doctor about your specific allergic conditions before any treatment. Now, one more time I am telling you how to prevent seasonal allergy. See, 5 prevention tips for seasonal allergies in the chart has been given. Don't keep your doors and windows open at home or in your car during the allergy season. Pollen obviously is a main cause of allergy that you know. Next, take vitamin C regularly, wear mask and eat apple like this type of substances or foods. So one way to help prevent allergies is to stay away from the allergen, but in many cases this is not practical or possible. For hay fever, staying indoors as much as possible during the allergy season, keeping doors and windows closed, using the dryer to dry clothes and cooling the house down with an air conditioner may help. Wear a face mask if you can't avoid yard work or ask somebody to do it for you. Always shower and wash your hair before bedtime to remove any pollen that may have accumulated on your skin and hair during the day. But if you have cold and cough, then please don't do it. Maybe if you have any type of, because of low immunity, you have any tendency to cold and cough, then also please do it. Don't do it. Sorry. The use of HEPA filters in the home to trap particles such as pollen and dust can also be effective. So the weather report in newspapers or broadcast on news channels give us an idea of the pollen and mold discharge that could happen in that season. Keep windows and doors shut at home and when you are traveling in a vehicle. Take a shower and change your clothes when you come home. Do not hesitate to wear a filter or a mask to cover your nose and mouth when traveling. Students, hope you have understood the whole chapter. For any doubts or queries, please email me at shudeshna1.sma@outlook.com.